The Grayson County Cougars and Lady Cougars make the trip to Whitesville, Kentucky for a district doubleheader. It's the first of two in a stretch of 2 days, but for Grayson County Lady Cougars, it begins a stretch of 3 in 3 days. With a win, both of these teams could put themselves in the driver's seat for the number 1 seed in the district tournament. But it'll be interesting to see. And a good evening and welcome to the Horn Community Center for tonight's coverage of Grayson County Cougar basketball on K105. Sam Wormley and Stephen Smith with you. And Stephen, I don't know, I meant to ask you before we started, I don't know if you ever played in the barn, which is just over to our right, but this is one of my favorite buildings to go to.
Yeah, we did play Whitesville Trinity when I was in high school. Of course, at that time, Evans County was in the 4th region, and we went more south and east to Glasgow, Bowling Green, and that.
Weren't there peach baskets, no three-point line, right?
Right, yeah. The ball was had laces on it, and yeah. But no, we didn't come this way a ton, but we did play at Whitesville. It was over next door at the barn.
They called it the barn. I never got to experience the barn. Yep. I was sad that I never did. But coming up on our locker room show, we're going to introduce you to both teams, talk to the head coach of the Cougars, Mike McClintock, and give you the starting lineups. Grayson County and Whitesville Trinity get started here soon, as this is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors, helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes, we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
The doctor said I had a 29% chance to find a blood stem cell donor. But I knew you were out there. And when we matched, it was the best day ever. Dear donor, your blood stem cells saved me from leukemia. Thank you forever and ever and ever.
Experience the true joy of saving a life at BeTheMatch.org.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back to the Horn Community Center, where Grayson County and Whitesville Trinity are about ready to roll. Lady Raiders enter with a record of 1-16. They are 0-3 in the 12th district of play. They've been playing better as of late. Since, and I like to almost say when the second season began a couple of weeks ago, Stephen, after the snow, it just kind of separates this into almost two halves. You know, they open it up with a win, and in the second game they play Butler County here at home and lose them by 7. This team is trending in the right direction, and the thing that stands out is they're not afraid to play anybody. I mean, they've played Breck. They've played Warren East. They've played Owensboro Catholic. They went on a long road trip to St. Mary. So they're not afraid to play anybody, and you know, the 1-16 record might not show everything about this Lady Raider team.
Well, sometimes, and no disrespect to anybody, but you have nothing to lose. You're probably going to be the underdog in every time you go out. So when that is the case, you have the freedom and you're loose, no expectation, and shouldn't be any nerves. Some nights the ball just starts going in, and I'd say they could sneak up and beat somebody.
Yeah, I mean, you look, Butler County right here just about a week ago. 53-46 was the final score here. Now the next night in Morgantown, it was a different story. Butler County won by 30. So it just shows you that on any given night and in this gym, they play hard in front of their home fans as well. The players you'll need to know: 2 players averaging in double figures. Sarah Payne is their leading scorer, 10.3 points, 4.6 rebounds a game. Kenzie McDowell, 10.1 points, 6.8 rebounds per contest. This team is averaging scoring about 33 points a game. They got a really solid and experienced head coach, Emily Hernandez. She's been the coach here. She's been the coach at Davis County. She's been the coach here prior to that. She's the principal over at the school across the parking lot there. She knows what she's doing. She's going to have them schemed right. And the thing that always stands out about Whitesville Trinity teams is you are not going to play harder than them.
Yeah.
Great.
So, you think Coach Mack, and obviously he's done a good job over the last couple days in practice looking at these 2 district games back-to-back, which is probably an oddity in high school basketball, but with the weather and everything, it would be easy for our girls to say, we're going to go down to Whitesville and blow them out and then go to Morgantown tomorrow night. But you can't have that mindset at any time in any sport, but definitely in district play, you got to come and bring your A game every night.
Grayson County, we'll take a break. Introduce you to them after this. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages. Our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran and disability employer.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected? Here we go! Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready, because you never know when Hawkmoth is going to strike or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan that will help you and your family be ready when emergencies happen. Ready Kids can help. Get started at ready.gov/kids.
Hi, my name is Tara Mosley Hyde, and I'm the CEO of People Advocating Recovery. And I am also a person in long-term recovery. And when I first started my recovery journey, it wasn't always easy for me to access resources. So now you can call today at 833-8KY-HELP and get access to treatment and other options and other resources. Call today. There is no judgment and no shame to look for help.
The governor has declared a state of emergency, and evacuation is now underway as the storm approaches. The National Weather Service has issued a warning as it monitors the storm. Those in the following counties, therefore, should seek.
Convoy of Hope is ready to help you prepare for the next storm. Visit convoy.org/prepare.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Grayson County and Whitesville Trinity about ready to roll here. We're just about 15 minutes from tip-off here from the Horn Community Center. This Grayson County team enters the record of 10-6. They had that stretch there last week where you go 3-0 coming out of the snow. Win against LaRue County, win against Edmonson County, win against Hopkinsville. But on Hopkins, in that game against Hopkinsville, it was Sydney Perkins who led the way. Sydney had 32 points in that game, 15.9 points, 3.9 rebounds a game for the senior. She's been playing really well, and when that shot starts falling for her, she's averaging 3.1 threes a game. She is a dangerous shooter.
Yeah, and I think we were talking maybe in one of the other games, she's stepping it up in other facets of her game as well. She rebounded really well one night. So you hope that she is able to correlate that good scoring to other parts of the game. And, watching Saturday, it was she let it go. You thought it was going in.
Sutton Van Meter, you're waiting for that big Sutton Van Meter game this year. She's had a couple of signs, but you're waiting for that big consistency to come from her. Sutton on the season averaging just under 8 points a game, 2.4 rebounds. Bree Jones The 8th grade point guard has been playing really well as late as well. 9 points, 2.9 rebounds a game. Allie Jennings down low. She had a great game against Edmonson County on Friday and had a good first half against Hopkinsville. And Ellen Narvaez had a big game as well in that one. Mike McClintock, he's the head coach of the Grayson County Lady Cougars. We'll take a break, talk to him, get his thoughts on the matchup after this. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, "I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim." Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Some days are just better than others.
I think you should go talk to someone.
It's not that easy.
Have you been thinking about suicide? You can talk to me, Dad.
It's been a tough couple of months.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Prevention.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Show here on K105. Sam Gormley now joined by head coach Mike McClintock from the Grayson County Lady Cougars. Coach, you had the game on Saturday, 32 points from Sydney. Just how special a performance is 32?
That's a lot for a 32-minute game, and she was on from the three. We've told her, take the three instead of taking a two, because she shoots the ball so well. For the deeper she is, the better she shoots, I think.
As a whole, though, in that 24-hour period, you pick up the big win against Edmonton, snap the 6-game losing streak against them, and then, as we touched on it, the trap game. What's it say about the growth of this team that they were able to go 2-0 during that stretch?
That they are doing what we tell them, what we practice. We didn't change our game plan from the night before at all. And, which we may not do that, have to change much between now and the end of the year because they're getting into a routine. They know what we want to do after a made basket, a missed basket. So, I think that's very important.
Bree has had some improvement as the point guard position this year. What have you seen her from the game against Breck until tonight as a growth as a player?
Oh, it's been fabulous. She takes care of the ball a lot better. She doesn't force as many things as she used to. It's just like you said, she's growing, mature, and realizing what we got to do and what she can do and what she can't do.
One of the other players you've seen some growth from at times this season is Kennedy Green. How does she take the next step?
We got to get Kennedy to have confidence in herself. That's the main thing. She she misses a shot, she gets down. She thinks she's letting everybody down. She doesn't realize, just go on to the next play. And she's been doing a fabulous job. She's improving a lot.
You've got 3 games in your next 3 days, all 3 of them on the road. How challenging is that? Do you have to coach differently in these games?
Well, I hope not. I hope they know what we're doing, like what I said earlier, our routine is, and we're going to probably continue on with that the next 3 days. Coach Jones and Elaine and I will have to sit down and kind of look at some film, see what Hancock does since we picked them up and play within 2 days. We're going to have to watch a lot of Butler film, watch a lot of Trinity today, and I think we're prepared. We just have to relay it to the kids. But like I said, I don't like changing a whole lot of things up once they're in a routine.
You mentioned to me as we were walking over here, when you look at this Whitesville Trinity team, one of the things that stands out the most to you is that they switch defenses a lot. How do you score the ball against a team like that?
We got to be prepared to change our offenses to, if they're playing a 1-3-1, we got to get to a 2-guard. If they're playing an even front, we got to get to a 1-guard. And I think our guards, or the team overall, has figured that out themselves.
How can you pick up a win before and continue to put yourself in the driver's seat tomorrow evening?
We're going to have to play really good ball, take care of the ball, rebound, and keep an eye on Wilson and the guard, Leach.
Sorry, I meant tonight's game. Sorry, yeah, no, I'm not putting you on the spot here today. No, I was meaning to put you to continue to give you the chance to put yourself in the driver's seat. That was just not a very good question for you. How do you win tonight?
We have to take care of the ball and not play sloppy.
Coach, good luck. More comes up in the locker room show after this.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected? Here we go! Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready, because you never know when Hawkmoth is going to strike or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan that will help you and your family be ready when emergencies happen. Ready Kids can help. Get started at ready.gov/kids.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
Hi, my name is Tara Mosley Hyde, and I'm the CEO of People Advocating Recovery. And I am also a person in long-term recovery. And when I first started my recovery journey, it wasn't always easy for me to access resources. So now you can call today at 833-8KY-HELP and get access to treatment and other options and other resources. Call today. There is no judgment and no shame to look for help.
Do you need help paying for college? Your first step is completing a FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. The 24-25 FAFSA will be available in late December 2023 and is more user-friendly. More students will be eligible for aid than ever before. Kia counselors and others are ready to help you. You're not in this alone. For more information, use the QR code or text money to 800-928-8926. Or you can visit gearupky.org/money.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Whitesville Trinity High School, where the Grayson County Cougars are about ready to take on, or the Lady Cougars are about ready to take on Whitesville Trinity. Let's meet the starting lineups for both these teams. First, for the Lady Raiders of Whitesville Trinity, who enter with a record of 1-16. 8th grade forward Sophie Hatfield. She averages 2.9 points, 3.7 rebounds a game. You've got the McDaniels next, the juniors, Madison, who averages 5 points a game, and Emily, who averages 1.8 points a game. Number 11, Sarah Payne. She's their point guard, 10.3 points, 4.6 rebounds a game. And then their post player is Kenzie McDowell, number 33, 10.1 points, 6.8 rebounds a game. Once more, that lineup is Hatfield, McDaniel, Payne, McDowell. Assistant coach Krista Morris, and the head coach, Emily Hernandez. Now the starting lineup for the Grayson County Lady Cougars, who enter with a record of 10-6, 1-1 in 12th district play. As a reminder, if you go to KHSA, it'll say 2-1, but one of those games was a win against Butler County in a non-district game. The game tomorrow night will count. That one did not. The lineup for the Lady Cougars: 8th grade guard, number 5, Bree Jones, 9 points per game, 2.9 rebounds a contest. Sutton Van Meter, 7.9 points, 2.4 rebounds a game. Isabel Blankton, another guard, she averages 4.9 points, 3.4 rebounds per game. Sydney Perkins, the senior, she's the leading scorer at 16 points and 3.9 rebounds a game. And Allie Jennings, the senior, down low, 2.8 points, 3.8 rebounds a game. That lineup again: Jones, Van Meter, Blanton, Perkins, and Jennings. Assistant coaches Elena Jones and Brian Jones, and the head coach is Mike McClinsick. Grayson County and Whitesville Trinity comes up next here from the Horn Community Center. as this is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
I'm not here to fire you up. If you're not already fired up, you shouldn't be in this room. If this victory isn't worth all you have to give, then leave. But now, right now is your chance to be a part of a victory the world will remember forever. Victory over cancer. This victory isn't just happening. It isn't inevitable.
What does hope mean?
Now is our time, your time. You may save someone you love.
Time is very precious.
Today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory. A victory that is there for the taking. Grab it. How was that?
Now that was a great halftime speech. Let's go win.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
The doctor said I had a 29% chance to find a blood stem cell donor. But I knew you were out there. And when we matched, it was the best day ever. Dear donor, your blood stem cells saved me from leukemia. Thank you forever and ever and ever.
Experience the true joy of saving a life at BeTheMatch.org.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day, a movement toward life-saving resources, movement toward advancing research and care, movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors helping neighbors. In communities around the world, when disaster strikes,
We get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
but now our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join your neighbors.
Join United Way.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages. Our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran, and disability employer.
Welcome back to the Horn Community Center, where the Grayson County Lady Cougars and the Whitesville Trinity Lady Raiders are about ready to roll. Sam Gormley and Steven Smith with you here this evening. Steven feels really good outside. It's what stood out to me the most. I walked out. I didn't realize it felt quite as good as it did when I walked out this afternoon, but it feels good. Feels good in here. And and are you getting delivered waters right now? Look at this. Wow.
DoorDash the water over to my over from my lovely wife. But yeah, I was thinking, Coach Jody Nutt probably be excited about the weather today. Be wanting to get out on the diamond.
Yeah, hopefully the diamond's nice there and dry at Donley Field. I'm sure Coach Reese, probably for the softball team, she's probably saying the same thing. Let's get out there and let's play some softball. That was quick lineups there. I was expecting them to take a little bit more time, but I look up and they're done. The lineups one more time for Grayson County is Jones, Perkins, Van Meter, Jennings, Blanton. For Whitesville Trinity, it's Hatfield, McDaniel, Payne, and McDowell. Grayson County 10-6. They've won 3 straight, 5 of their last 6. Their lone loss during that stretch was to Warren East. In fact, they haven't lost to a team not named Warren East since the 18th of December.
Wow, yeah.
And that Warren East team is pretty good.
Pretty good team, absolutely.
It's time for basketball in Whitesville. The opening tip is controlled by the Lady Raiders as McDowell knocks it back to Payne, and we are underway here from the Horn Community Center in Whitesville, Kentucky. The Lady Raiders with a record of 1-16, working from right to left on the radio dial in the home white jerseys with the blue numerals. This Lady Raider team 0-3 in 12th District play, but the last time they played at home against a district foe, Butler County, last week, they played really well. Only lost to them by 7 points. Topside 3 rattles in for Madison McDaniel, and the Lady Raiders strike first. They lead 3-0.
You know, Sam, it's big, especially in a district game, a little bit unconventional night playing on a Thursday night, but getting that first bucket to go through, that's a big play for Trinity.
Van Meter is trapped on the far side of the floor. Bounce pass into Blanton. Blanton curls around the right side, and it's going to be fouled on the drive by Sophie Hatfield. For Hatfield, that'll be her first and the team's first here of this first quarter of play, and it's going to send Isabel Blanton to the free throw line. Blanton 71.1% from the stripe. This Lady Cougar team really good from the free throw line, something we'll talk about throughout the broadcast. And Blanton puts in the first free throw. Early substitution for Whitesville Trinity will be the 8th grader Ella Morris. She's one of the futures of this Lady Raider team. She's averaging 4.4 points, 3.1 rebounds a game. She's attempted the most threes on the team. Blanton puts in both of her free throws. 3-2, Whitesville Trinity on top, about 45 seconds into this game. Up the far side of the floor goes Emily McDaniel. She picks it up and gives it and swings it off to Payne. Payne's taking the most shots of the team. Grayson County with a little bit of zone to open up. They switch up their defenses at time, but I don't know if we're in like a... It's hard for us from our vantage point to pick up as to what zone it is, Steven.
Yeah, I don't know if they're...
Driving in, Blanton, jump ball, possession to Grayson. She reaches in and grabbed it from Emily McDaniel. It was hard for us to tell what kind of zone it was.
Can't tell if it's a 3-2 or a 1-2-2, but I noticed in that first possession they were shifting really well, so that's a good sign.
Grayson County's going to get the ball. Whitesville Trinity coming out in full court man-to-man defense. They get the ball into Bree Jones. Outlet pass to Blanton. Drives down the left side. Blanton, layup too strong. Jennings get the rebound. She tries to go back up. We're going to have another jump ball. Possession will head back towards the Lady Raiders. 3-2. Lady Raiders on top. 6 minutes and 46 seconds left here in the first quarter of play from the Horn Community Center. Grayson County full court pressure. Looks like a 1-2-2 full court press as they're doing this diamond pressure. Payne, bounce pass back into the far side. They loop it up front to Morris. Morris, they got to get it across, and did we have a timeout?
Call a timeout.
Did we?
Yes, I think so.
Don't know that we did.
Can't tell.
No, I think,
yeah.
Yes, they are going to take it, so we will take this timeout with them. 6:36 left in the first quarter play, 3-2. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
He trails Whitesville Trinity, 6 minutes and 36 seconds left in the first quarter of play. Emily Hernandez takes the early timeout. So we get ready back in action here. So Whitesville Trinity team, the last thing you want to do, Stephen, for a team that is 1-16 is allow a three at the top side. Missed by Payne, rebound on the floor, loose ball, and we're going to have another jump ball. There it comes. You don't want to give them any semblance of confidence.
No, with the type of zone that we're running there, it looks like we're exposed a little bit there at the top of the key, so we'll have to improve the rotation there to get that top covered.
3-2. Grayson County trails. Only 2 points came on free throws by Isabel Blanton to open up. Into the far corner to Perkins, who is coming off of her career-high 32 points against Hopkinsville on Saturday, where she hit 8 3-pointers. She had a pretty good day at the office, Steve.
Yeah, eight threes is not bad.
That'll get it done. Bree Jones drives in. Really good defense. She just falls down, and That's another jump ball. What's that, 4 in the first 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Or is that 5?
I think they called the timeout, so it's probably just 4.
It's a lot of them regardless. 7th grader Olivia Stark's going to come in. She's appeared in 15 games, 1.3 points, 1.5 rebounds. Grayson County tries to set up the pressure. Payne breaks it, angles back towards the near side. Payne, fast break down the right side. Nice help side defense by Jennings. Doesn't matter. Payne puts it in to give Whitesville Trinity a 5-2 lead. Crossing it down inside, not a good pass by Jones. She throws it over the head of Allie Jennings and a turnover for Grayson.
Yeah, you don't want to get a turnover right there, but that's probably not a bad idea to maybe stretch the defense out a little bit on that baseball pass. But you got to be more accurate.
Bree's been watching a little bit of Reed Shepard.
Yeah, there you go.
Shepard has made that one of his calling cards, that full court pass. Payne into the corner to Morris. Morris picks back up the dribble and gives it to Payne, who has it on the right side. 5-2, Whitesville Trinity, 5:20 left in the first quarter of play here in this big district game at the Horn Community Center. Morris out top, right side 3. It is missed by the Lady Raiders. Jennings with a rebound. McDaniel couldn't fall it in.
Good rebounding right there. We had 3 people right at the ball, and Jennings was able to corral that one in.
Van Meter's going to back it up, set up the offense for this Grayson County team. Perkins has really not gotten a touch in this. Jones lets the defender go by. She picks up her dribble. The double team comes for Bree Jones. She's trapped. She falls, and it's a takeaway for Whitesville Trinity. Up the near side of the floor comes Sarah Payne. Back inside, she runs right into Allie Jennings, and that's going to see if they call shots or on the floor. They're going to point and say it's going to be on the floor. For Allie, that'll be her first and the team's first.
Yeah, that was, don't really know that Allie, obviously the offensive player initiated the contact there. Tough call for Allie.
Probably her hands were a little bit in front of her. If it would have been more out, I don't know that she'd have gotten that call. In the corner, Morris. Lady Cougars, kind of a lethargic start here on this Thursday evening. Triple team comes and a reach-in foul called on Grayson County. It's called on Jones, her first, team's second.
She got a lot of ball right there, but the action that she made of slapping like that, you're going to get that call a lot of the time. So hopefully good to have active hands, but you can't smack.
Chris Carey, Guy Vanover, Duncan Kane calling the officials here today. Shot in the lane, missed short. Jones with a rebound for the Lady Cougars. They're off and running. Jones tried to fire the pass to Jennings. Deflected. Jennings is able to get it, loses, and Payne ends up coming down for Whitesville Trinity. And now Van Meter is going to pick up the foul at the half-court line. Van Meter is going to pick up her first, team's third. Lady Cougars out of sorts here early on.
Yeah, the last thing, again, no disrespect to Trinity, the last thing you want to do is give them hope that they can stay in this game. Obviously, their record's pretty lopsided. You'd like to be able to put a team like this away really quickly.
Another reach-in foul called on Grayson. They're going to call this on Blanton. I think that's actually a decent chance there for Grayson, as that probably should have been called on Perkins for Blanton, her first, team's fourth. Now your next foul's free throws for the Lady Raiders. Another sub in for Whitesville Trinity. I missed the player who ended up running in. McDowell's got it on the far side. She'll pull up a 3 on that far corner. It is missed. Perkins with a rebound for the Lady Cougars. It's really the first time she's touched the ball in this game. Perkins angles back towards the near side of the floor. Tries to feed it in. I think that pass was deflected out of bounds, and it was. 4:02 left in the first quarter. Whitesville Trinity on top, 5-2. Lady Cougars have not scored from the field. Interesting to see how aggressive Mike McClintock might be here with an early timeout. If anything, just to say, hey, we're okay.
Calm down.
Yeah. Bounce pass into Jennings at the right elbow. Back up top to Perkins. Lady Cougars, I think, have only taken one shot from the field in this game as well. And it was a missed layup by Blanton. Back up top, swings it off near side to Van Meter, throws it up top. Payne gambles, deflects it out of bounds.
We talked about that in the Emmons County game when they jumped out really quickly. We didn't get any shots up. You can't score if you don't shoot, and especially early on to try to set the precedence for the game.
And you can't always rely on getting fouled.
Exactly.
Because sometimes they're not going to call it. And there haven't been any fouls to call here as this pass on the inside goes right through Isabel Blanton's hands. And I think it's time for a timeout.
Yeah.
Mike McClintock looking up the scoreboard. Maybe he's wanting his team to play through this.
That's another option. You know, you give them confidence in them. Say, hey, I'm not going to.
Kick ball in the backcourt, going to stay with the Lady Raiders.
Not going to bail you out. They've only scored 5, so you want to let your team work through it and show some toughness here to scratch back in the game.
Emily McDaniel re-enters for the Lady Raiders. Give it into Payne, knocked away, and Payne came very close to going and grabbing it as it was going back out of bounds. The official there, Chris Carey, was right on top of that call. Kennedy Green and Ella Narvaez come in. This is another way, in a lot of realms, can be almost a timeout, where you're putting in just a couple new players to see who can potentially bring you a spark off the bench.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially with the aggressiveness that Ella plays with.
And the length of Kennedy.
Yep, exactly. Really good at the top of that.
And right on cue, Kennedy Green deflects the pass. Loose ball. It is alive. Lady Raiders get it back. I don't think that's going to reset. This is going to probably be 10 seconds. They throw it up. It's deflected again. Payne's got it. Drives, pulls. Shot too strong. Rebounded by Kennedy Green. Great rebound, too. Kept it above her head before she found the guard, Van Meter.
Exactly what we were talking about. You get a spark plug off the bench.
Right. Van Meter bounce past Narvaez, who walks with it. She got started a little bit too quick.
Yep.
5-2 is the game here with 2 minutes and 55 seconds left in the first quarter. Kylie Hatfield will check into the game now for the Lady Raiders, as will Madison McDaniel. Emily Hernandez very aggressive with her bench early on. She's not quite platooning, but she's anytime the ball is stopped, she's sending in new subs.
Yep.
Payne nearly has the ball taken away. She's up the far side of the floor, drives in, runs right into Narvaez, somehow stops and gets the shot on the right side to put it in. Sarah Payne's got 4 points, and the Lady Raiders are on top 7-2 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first quarter of play. Van Meter in between the circles. Up top, thrown away through the hands of Jones, and it's going to be the ball for Whitesville Trinity. Or was it not? I guess it was deflected. It's going to stay with Grayson. No, it's not. Okay.
Never a good thing when you have more turnovers than shot attempts.
And I think it's only one shot attempt, is it not?
Yeah. And
I can't think of another one than Blanton's leg up on the inside.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess, no, Ella had the walk on that. So, no,
right,
there's not. And when your player who's coming off 32 points in her last performance has 0 shots,
you'd like to
draw something up.
Check the heat at least.
7-2, Lady Raiders on top, 2:22 left here in the first quarter.
Bad thing, several of those turnovers are not forced.
Yes.
They're just making bad passes.
And, you might be able to get away with those in a game like tonight. Tomorrow night you won't be able to.
Exactly right.
On the inside, bounce pass back to Payne in the near corner. Payne back towards the middle, off to the left wing. 3 is too strong by McDaniel. Kennedy Green with a rebound, immediately feeds it to the guard, Van Meter. And here's the way you can do it if you can get out and run. Van Meter pulls up, transition 3, no good. Rebound out of bounds off of Grayson County. It's going to head towards the Lady Raiders. And I don't dislike that shot by Sutton. You're trying to get something.
Yeah, I'm not really crazy about dribbling up and taking a transition 3 like that. But from where we're sitting, Sam, it didn't look like a bad shot. Maybe just off to the left a little bit. But, yeah, you just got to get some shots up. So try to get something rolling.
7-2, Lady Raiders on top of Grayson County. 1:40 left in the first quarter. Up top, flipping it off to the right side to McDowell. Handoff pass to Madison McDaniel. Mike McClintock, he was zone early, and he now has switched back to the man-to-man. To Morris, 3, near side, short. Narvaez, rebound, Grayson County. Here come the Lady Cougars off and running. Narvaez, bounce pass to the right side, shot up, right side, good, and going to the line. I think it's Perkins on the interior.
You really like to see that right there. Ella, obviously not the best ball handler, but she grabbed it in space and took off and did really good, pushed it herself, and good things come from it.
Perkins will go to the line to try and convert on the and 1. 74% this season, and that is good. And a play like that can be the spark that you needed. Perkins saves the ball inbounds. Grayson County's got it up top, and then they throw it away. What a play by Sydney Perkins, though, to keep that ball alive, and it just went right through the hands of Bree Jones and rolled into the backcourt.
Yeah, Ella, if you're watching this later, no offense to your ball handling skills. But, yeah, you're right. A play like that can definitely get you rolling. Unfortunately, wasn't able to come up with that steal right there.
I know Ella's mom is the very tough job of watching today's game in Cancun. Driving down the line is short on the inside. Loose ball, and it's Grayson County ball off the jump ball. But, Steven, that probably should have been Grayson County's ball regardless, because Morris, when she came down, was touching the ball, was laying on the baseline.
Yeah.
It's the one positive to us being at the worst angle that we are at all season is we can see the plays along the baseline very clearly. That's not me saying that I want this, though.
Exactly, yeah, a little bit of a bad spot here, but you do
inside to Narvaez on the left wing. She just has it ripped and taken away. Nice play by McDowell. 45 seconds left in the first quarter of play. Back outside to Morris. 40 seconds left in the first quarter. 7-5 Lady Raiders. Perkins deflects the ball. Loose ball out of bounds. Headed towards Whitesville. It's going to stay here.
A little bit of a hip check there. I think you could have possibly called a foul. I don't know which one it was on against Sydney, but
McDowell, I believe, 33 there.
Ref had a better angle, I guess.
37.2 on the clock, first quarter, 7-5, Grayson County trails Whitesville Trinity. Now Perkins does get a steal down the right side. Layup too strong. She misses the layup. Rebounded by the Lady Raiders. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Loose ball ends up finding Starks. Up top, three by Hatfield's off the back of the iron. McDowell somehow comes down with a rebound amongst three Lady Cougars. Back outside. Three by Sophie Hatfield at the top of the key. Put in for Whitesville Trinity. It's 10-5. 12 seconds left in the first quarter of play. Giving it into Perkins with 8 seconds. Loops it off to Green on the right wing with 7 seconds. Green inside, throws it away. Right when you thought this Grayson County team had withstood the bad start, Blanton's going to come back in. Payne will come back in. So Payne in for Whitesville Trinity.
You like to see the aggressiveness of trying to get the ball up, but you just simply have to make better passes.
5 seconds and counting, 3 seconds. They're going to loop it off, and throwing it away is Whitesville Trinity. Narvaez has it, and that is the end of the first quarter of play. Whitesville Trinity leads Grayson 10-5 at the end of the first quarter of play. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Some days are just better than others.
I think you should go talk to someone.
It's not that easy.
Have you been thinking about suicide? You can talk to me, Dad.
It's been a tough couple of months.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected? Here we go! Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready, because you never know when Hawkmoth is going to strike or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan that will help you and your family be ready when emergencies happen. Ready Kids can help. Get started at ready.gov/kids.
The 1-16 Whitesville Trinity Lady Raiders lead Grayson County 10-5 as we start the second quarter of play. This Whitesville Trinity team, only 2 of their 16 losses have even come by single digits.
Oh, wow.
And both of those have come, though, in the last week. And they have a 10-5 lead against Grayson County early on in this game. Seen a little bit more defensive sign of urgency for Grayson County early on here in these first 15 seconds of this second quarter of plays. It's Payne guarded by Van Meter. Man-to-man defense for Grayson. Morris gets around Perkins. The off-balance shot in the lane is missed. She somehow gets her own rebound amongst 4 Lady Cougars, and we're going to have a jump ball possession to Grayson.
You know, and they're getting pretty open shots, too. You hope that, kind of glad that they're not shooting it any better than what they are, because this could be getting out of hand.
Grayson County is getting ready to start playing 3 games in 3 days. And, Stephen, right now, it looks like what you would expect them to look like on Saturday.
Yeah,
Interior pass taken away by the Lady Raiders, and now walk with it. Sophie Hatfield, she was looking for help, and in the process of looking for the help, she stuttered those feet. But, yeah, I think Grayson County looks like probably what Mike McClintock would think the first quarter on Saturday after the 3rd game in 3 days would look like.
Just got a volunteer text for a sideline reporter, and from who it was, he's not nearly pretty enough.
Inside Narvaez, shots deflected, gets it back outside. Van Meter, 3, no good. Rebound on the inside, bouncing around off of Perkins on the interior. 7:09 left in the first half of play. Grayson County has only made 1 shot from the field. It was by Sydney Perkins.
You like the intensity on the defense for the full court.
Foul in the backcourt.
Oh, no.
Called on Blanton. That'll be her second. Team's first of the second quarter of play. Jennings will come back into the game, presumably for Blanton. Crowd is starting to fill in on both sides. Deflected on the inbounds.
They
it
really
is
need to
still
come
back
up
to
with
McDowell. Up the near side of the floor, McDaniel tried to split the defenders, and in the process takes an extra step and Good job by both Van Meter and Jones for Grayson to immediately help her up after Madison McDaniel hit the floor.
These are the sort of times that you really got to capitalize on a turnover. You got to go down and get a bucket.
You're Grayson, yeah, you just need a basket.
Here we go.
And there's a three, far side by Perkins. That's good, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Lady Cougars. Three in the far side by their leading scorer. Sydney Perkins averages 3.1 threes per game. That is in one of the top in the state, 8th in the state, 2nd in the region. Now the player she trails in the region, Peyton Bradley, who we give our thoughts to, who announced for Meade County tore her ACL earlier this week in a game we were at. As that was Meade County was playing Bullitt East, which was prior to the Bullies playing Meade County. Up front, Jones deflects the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, you know, personally having Hannah with having her ACL torn, your heart just goes out to her and her family. Prayers that she's able to recover really quickly. And
same to Swihart, Kennedy Swihart at Edmondson County.
Absolutely.
It's an awful thing for anybody to have to go through. And hopefully they can all three come back full strength next season. 10-8, Whitesville Trinity on top. Payne pulls up in the lane, shot short, rebound. Perkins with it for Grayson County.
You know, and you had to believe Meade County had a legitimate shot of winning the region, but with Bradley going out.
And
really
that's their second ACL tear of the season for the Lady Waves.
Yeah, they just had
We're going to have a foul called on the Lady Raiders up top, called on Hatfield. That's her second. Team's first. It's only the second foul of the game called on the Lady Raiders.
Yeah, I was talking to one of their players' dads earlier today, and he said their other girl just had her surgery to repair her ACL on Monday. And now with Bradley having it.
It's almost a dangerous pass. Jones was trying to cross the half-court line, and in the process, Perkins threw the pass to her. We're going to have another foul called on the Lady Raiders. It's called on Payne. It's her first, team second of this quarter of play. 10-8, Grayson County trails Whitesville Trinity. About 6 minutes left here in this first half of play. Jones almost lost the dribble. Comes up the near side of the floor, weaving through, bounce pass to the interior, back to the near side to Bowman, who's into the game for Grayson County. Three, top side by Jones. It's offline, off to the left. Loose ball, rebound, McDowell for the Lady Raiders, but it's poked away from behind by Narvaez into the hands of Jones. Bounce pass deflected out of bounds by Payne.
That was our best possession, even though we didn't score. Really moved the ball well. It stayed on one side, but several really crisp passes. Good to see for the Lady Cougars.
5:40 left in the first half of play. 10-8, Grayson County. Another foul, and that's second on Payne.
Yeah.
Whitesville Trinity had one foul called on him in the first 10 minutes of this game and have now had three called on him in the last
2.5 minutes.
30 seconds, really.
Well, yeah.
5.5 left in the first half, 10-8. Interior pass to Narvaez, back to Bowman, swings it off to Jones, who takes the extra step on the right side. See, that's one that I wish Bree would have swung it off to that far corner. Sydney was wide open.
I was just getting ready to say, you pass that around the horn, and Sydney over there in the corner where she likes to shoot it from, standing there wide open.
And a Sydney Perkins wide open three on the far side is just about as automatic as it's going to get.
Yeah, really good from that corner.
Madison McDaniel caught the ball on the far side of the floor, but her foot was out of bounds. Kind of a sloppy game on both sides.
Yeah, tables have turned here. It looks like that Trinity's turning the ball over like we were in the first half.
Bowman on the right wing, bounce pass back to Jones in between the circles. Jones with the left hand, feeds it off to Perkins on that far side. Perkins didn't have a great window, dribbles it back out, gives it to Bowman. She'll take it. It's off to the right and misses the 18-footer, rebounded by the Lady Raiders. McDowell flips over to the far side to Morris. She bobbles the ball and feeds it to Payne. Payne angles back towards the near side, back towards the far side to Morris from 18 on the far side. It's missed. Bowman with a rebound for Grayson County, flips it off to her 8th grade counterpart, Bree Jones. Jones bounce pass far side to Narvaez, crosses it to Perkins. Right wing three is good. 9 points for Sydney Perkins. And Grayson County has their first lead at 11-10 with 4:35 and a turnover for Whitesville Trinity, headed back to the Lady Cougars. And here is where you want to score.
Yeah, coming off of a turnover like that, so
after you take the lead.
This can be a point in the game where you look back and say, that's the 2-minute stretch that we really were able to take control of the game.
And I think this is where you draw up your Sydney Perkins play. Jones in between the circles. Handoff past Bowman on the left side. Bowman is bumped as she curled around at the top side. McDowell picks up her first, team's fourth. Next foul will be free throws for Grayson County.
Still trying to get used to that 5 foul rule now where you're getting 2.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's grown on me.
Yeah. Out of bounds play here, going back to Sydney in the corner.
Didn't quite have a great angle. Good job coming through the screen. Sophie Hatfield for Whitesville Trinity. Up top to Jones. Spins around, goes around that far side, bounce pass to Jennings. Shot is an air ball, and foul on the rebound called on Narvaez. Her first, team second,
Obviously,
or team's third, rather.
Obviously, you want to make that basket, but a pretty good play right there by the Lady Cougars. They moved the ball around and got an open look. Just like to be able to capitalize on that.
Green back in for the Lady Cougars. Jennings will take a seat. Inbounds pass deflected. I think Green might have gotten her hand in. Kennedy's doing a really good job playing the top side of this 1-3-1, full court pressure, because she's tall, she's lengthy.
Yeah, that length is the thing that really gives the other team trouble and moves her feet pretty well and pretty quick for her size.
She almost deflected that pass again. And now Whitesville Trinity throws it away and out of bounds. It is. It technically was thrown away, but McDaniel ran into the defender that's undefeated. The out of bounds line, and Kennedy Green, she was in the vicinity of that pass, and because of it, they had to rainbow it. Instead of doing your typical chest pass, she's not going to get any credit, but it'll go down as that.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Not going to show up in the stat sheet, but that's a good defense. Oh.
Bowman walks as she turns the corner.
Yeah,
she kind of bobbled it as she was trying to dribble, and they're going to call that every time.
And I think it's a little bit contagious when you see somebody with your team that's really getting after it on defense. That makes you want to step up your game as well.
And Kennedy, another deflection for Kennedy Green. She runs it down in the near corner. Off to the right side, Jones. Thought about the three and walks with it. That's probably one where Mike McClintock, when you watch film later, you're going to say, pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Pull the trigger.
Yeah. Probably surprised her how open she was.
And I've seen that from Bree at times this year, and part of it is she's an 8th grader. She passes up open shots sometimes. And now here's a steal for Grayson County.
Green.
Kennedy Green with a couple of them today. Far side, Perkins, three, a deep one. It's off the side of the backboard. Rebound, Narvaez has it ripped away, and
that's a tough call. I could see that she was trying to pivot out of the rebound.
She stepped out of bounds, I guess?
No, I think she drug her pivot foot coming out of it because Ella had a hand on it too.
Hatfield.
Probably the right call, but a tough call.
And please bear with us. That is happening, 100 feet from us. It's hard for us to tell. It's more than 100 feet, really. Perkins weaves in, off-balance shot in the lane. The floater doesn't fall. Loose ball, rebound, and probably a smart call saying jump ball, and it's going to be a timeout with 3:07 left in the first half. 11-10, Grayson County on top. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
11-10, Grayson County leads Whitesville Trinity with 3:07 left in this first half of play. It's not been pretty.
No, it's one of those games, Sam, where you're just expecting somebody to have a bust-out possession, hit a big shot, and just nobody's been able to yet, other than those threes by Sydney.
Here comes a three near side, missed by Hatfield. Perkins had the rebound, might have been fouled from behind. And they give it up to Jones up the near side of the floor. Jones running things in between the circles for Grayson with 2:40 left in the first half. It's 11-10. Lady Cougars up in this game by 1. Right side Jones curls around the defender, drives in, gets around, and we are going to have a foul called on the inside on Whitesville Trinity, and that's going to be 2 shots. It's called
40,
on Hatfield, her first, team's 5th. And it's going to send Bree Jones to the line. Bree on the season, 76.1%. First one, good. Of course, Bree, the oldest daughter of assistant coaches Brian Jones and Elena Jones. And she's getting ready to be a big sister again.
I was going to say, for a while, she's the oldest of 3. Good to hit both free throws there. That's a big thing in a close game like this.
13-10. Grayson County has their largest lead of the game. Pass, foul on the far side on Perkins. Mike McClintock didn't agree with it. I didn't have a great angle to see if it was contact on ball or not, but for Sydney, that is going to just be her first.
The way the ball bounced away, I guess she could have got her on her hand, but it really looked more like it was mostly ball there. But, again, ref had a better angle than we did.
McDowell the line. First free throw good. 58.7% from the stripe. That's Whitesville Trinity's first points of this second quarter.
Everybody has a better angle than we do right now.
Yes. Second one good. We get spoiled at home.
Yeah.
Where we have just about as good of an angle out of anywhere. Jones, bounce pass into the middle to Green. Green inside
good.
Basket, good. Kennedy Green gets rewarded on the interior for some great defense.
Yeah, that's really good to see right there. Good penetration by Bree and kicked it open to Green. Good
Up
to
top,
see her.
Ball deflected, taken away, out of bounds. Grayson County ball.
Good to see Kennedy score right there and might build a little confidence. We've said that for several games in a row here. I think she just needs to get it in her mind, hey, I'm going to score. It can really be a big factor here in the second half of the season.
Because I've talked about it now for 2.5 years, is you see those moments from her that make you go, wow.
Yeah,
like
glimpses.
You think like it's like she puts it together. She could be just as good as anybody.
Yeah.
I know that last year there was a player for Bullitt Central who Todd Johnston, former Grayson County head coach, up top, loose ball. Whitesville Trinity's going to got it. We're going to get it. We're going to come back to that as Grayson County now gets the ball right back as it was poked away from behind. Jones on the right side, loops off the pass to Bowman. Bowman on the double team, walks with it. 15-12, Grayson County on top, 1:42 left in the first half. But there was a player for Bullitt Central, I believe the team was, and I think her name was Dillman. And Todd Johnson and I were talking, and he told me, and I don't think he'd mind me saying this, he was saying, that's what I want Kennedy to be.
Yep.
Was pretty much, and she is a very good player, and I think was the region player of the year. 3 near side air ball by McDowell, right into the hands of Sydney Perkins. Perkins weaving through up the far side of the floor. Step back into that corner. The double team comes up top to Jones. She's going to let it fly this time, and it's short. It's on line. Kind of a weird curve, though, on it as it curved off to the right side. Inside deflected by Jennings, out of bounds.
Good job by Allie right there running the floor and just couldn't grab a hold of the ball with both hands. But good hustle by her getting back on that because they probably had a layup if she hadn't deflected it.
That one was about rolling right to me, Steven, and she got there right in time.
Got to get on the loose ball, Sam.
3 near side put in by Ella Morris, and we're knotted up at 15. 1 minute left in the first half. And if you're Grayson, if you go on a little 5-0 run here, be feeling really good.
Yeah, this is the type of team you want to take the hope away as long.
Deflected by McDowell. Takeaway on the interior, and the Lady Raiders now have a chance to retake the lead. Well, 5-0 run by them after they had not scored. 3 near side by Morris. Good. She's hit 2 in a row. Lady Raiders on top, 18-15, 40 seconds left in the first half. Bounce pass to Green, free throw line jumper. It's off to the left. It pops in and out. Rebound by the Lady Raiders. And now this is where the Lady Raiders can go on that little run. They're on an 8-0 run right now. Got a stop ball, 18 feet, way too long. Perkins with a rebound for Grayson County. An outlet pass to Jones, and Jones tried to feed it to Narvaez. She ends up running it back down, deflected, bouncing around, and the Lady Raiders have it with 15 seconds to play. Up the near side of the floor. 10 seconds and counting. Interior to Starks, back up top 3, McDaniel. It's in and out, rebound. Jennings has it with 3 seconds. With 2 seconds, Jones is not going to get a shot off. She lets it fly from 3/4 court. It doesn't count. It's not good anyways. And Whitesville Trinity leads Grayson County at the half, 18-15. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Do you need help paying for college? Your first step is completing a FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. The 24-25 FAFSA will be available in late December 2023 and is more user-friendly. more students will be eligible for aid than ever before. Kia counselors and others are ready to help you. You're not in this alone. For more information, use the QR code or text money to 800-928-8926. Or you can visit gearupky.org/money.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Whitesville Trinity, where it's the Lady Raiders on top of Grayson County 18-15 at the half. Sam Gormley and Stephen Smith with you. And Stephen, I think probably if you talked to Coach Mike McClintock and said, "Hey, were you expecting at the half? What was the conversation you were expecting?" I'm sure he wasn't thinking 3-point deficit.
No, I don't think that's at all what you would be thinking about. And we were talking there in the break, and really for both teams had stretches where they had more turnovers than they did shot attempts. Kind of an ugly first half. And like you were saying, Sam, that's probably plays in favor to Trinity that they can keep it sloppy. They hit some big threes right there a couple times, a couple up at the top and one right here in front of us. So they're hanging in there and continuing to claw. So again, you don't ever want to take any game lightly, and certainly district game is one that you don't.
Yeah, because this game's huge for Grayson County, and we'll talk more about that as this game goes along. And in all seriousness, even you got to win by one. It doesn't matter how ugly it is. You just got to find a way to win by one. But I think to do that, Sydney Perkins has 9 points in the first quarter. The rest of the team has 6 combined. Only one of those shots coming from the field. Somebody's going to have to step up and help out.
Yeah, you want to always, you look back at a game and you try to look at those runs that you went on. I don't know if we've had consecutive possessions that we've scored on yet.
Not that comes to mind.
Maybe on one of the fouls and then scored maybe one of the threes that Sydney had. But that's really tough to develop any momentum playing ball, that you're not being able to score on back-to-back plays. You don't get in sync and you feel a little bit scattered right there. Sydney had a hot hand there for a few minutes, but really need to get a few more people involved.
Coming up on the halftime show, run down the scores from around the region and the scoring from this game. Again, your score at the half. Whitesville Trinity leads Grayson 18-15. This is Lady Cougar Basketball on K105.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages. Our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran and disability employer.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected? Here we go! Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready, because you never know when Hawkmoth is going to strike or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan that will help you and your family be ready when emergencies happen. Ready Kids can help. Get started at ready.gov/kids.
Hi, my name is Tara Mosley Hyde, and I'm the CEO of People Advocating Recovery. And I am also a person in long-term recovery. And when I first started my recovery journey, it wasn't always easy for me to access resources. So now you can call today at 833-8KY-HELP and get access to treatment and other options and other resources. Call today. There is no judgment and no shame to look for help.
The governor has declared a state of emergency, and evacuation is now underway as the storm approaches. The National Weather Service has issued a warning as it monitors the storm. Move the following counties therefore should seek.
Convoy of Hope is ready to help you prepare for the next storm. Visit convoy.org/prepare.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Whitesville Trinity, where Grayson County trails 18-15 at the half. Lady Cougars just retook the floor here. Let's see if there are any scores from around the region. Not a lot going on.
Yeah, I was looking here on the KHSAA app. The only two teams I recognize, Glasgow, Clinton County, over to the east. Here's some joker of a school named Cooper.
Listen, you talk about the Lady Jags. Who they got tonight?
Simon Kenton.
Oh, that's a big one there in Northern Kentucky.
Game.
That's a big one there. 8th region against the 9th region. That's the best region in the state of Kentucky up there in the 9th region.
Doesn't appear like there's anything really close.
No. I'm looking right now, and I like that we have an update that our friends in Glasgow have given us, but they give us the stats from the game, but they forget, Stephen, the most important stat.
The score.
The score. So I just know that Clinton County is 11 of 25 from the field. Glasgow is 11 of 24. Glasgow's hit more threes, which tells me that probably they're winning.
Yeah.
I don't know the score from that, but that's the only score that we have to bring you. Other than this one, 18-15. We'll come back and run down the quick scoring from the first half of play after this. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Some days are just better than others.
I think you should go talk to someone.
It's not that easy.
Have you been thinking about suicide? You can talk to me, Dad.
It's been a tough couple of months.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ashley Gabbard, internal medicine physician with Owensboro Health. I'd like to talk with women 40 and over about having annual mammograms, even if there is no history of breast cancer in your family. Early detection provides women a strong advantage in fighting breast cancer. Ask your primary care provider for a referral and schedule your screening online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
At Midway Pharmacy.
This is Cougar basketball on K105.
Welcome back to the Horn Community Center. Really quick, the scoring for the first half of play for Whitesville Trinity. 6 for Morris, 4 for Payne, 3 each for Hatfield and McDaniel, 2 for McDowell. For Grayson County, 9 for Perkins, 2 each for Jones, Green, and Blanton. Grayson County trails 18-15 at the half. Second half's next on K105.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
Pharmacy.
This is Cougar basketball on K105.
The inbound pass was supposed to go to Grayson County, and it's taken away by Whitesville Trinity. Payne misses the first layup, gets her own rebound, and puts it in, and Whitesville Trinity's up 5. An early turnover, and now we're going to have a foul in the backcourt called on Payne. That'll be her third. Stephen, we're 12 seconds in, and we've already had a turnover, an offensive rebound for Whitesville Trinity, a basket, and now a foul.
Yeah.
The stat crew is busy.
Oh.
Now Grayson County throws it away again, and Jennings is going to be called for a backcourt.
Not a very good start, Sam, and like we always say, really important time right here. And so far, the first 13 seconds not starting out very good at all.
And that's being very nice.
Yeah.
And saying, I mean, this is ugly with a capital U. And we're about to add a capital GLY if it continues much more than this. McDowell on the left side, driving in, bounce pass to the interior. Grayson County was looking for an offensive foul on Payne. It doesn't get whistled. Jennings comes down with it and then is fouled on the inside by McDowell. That's going to be her second, team second.
I had a pretty good angle on that, and Isabel did a good job of getting her feet set underneath her. Should have been an offensive foul there.
20-15, 7:30 left in the third quarter of play. Van Meter drives, bounce pass to Perkins. Perkins bounce pass. Jennings, shot, no good, but she's going to go to the line. Emily McDaniel will pick up the foul, her first, team's third. And my goodness, we're only about 38 seconds into this third quarter of play, and we've already had some interesting things happening.
Really good pass right there by Sydney.
Jennings' first free throw good. Allie very much improved from the free throw line, 69% entering today. I would have been okay, though, if Sydney would have gone up for that layup, too.
Yeah, Allie was wide open on the other side. I like the pass, but turns out to go in our favor, hitting both free throws.
20-17. Grayson County got a field goal against Whitesville Trinity. Inside, falling down with it. That's going to be a walk on Madison McDaniel. McDaniel was probably trying to sell that she was fouled, but we had as good an angle as anybody. She wasn't. She just fell down.
No foul on that one.
She jumped up in the air to get the ball and got tackled by the court monster. Now Grayson County loses the ball, and Blanton ends up coming down with it for the Lady Cougars, but was going the wrong direction. And
turned it over.
It is. So it's Whitesville Trinity ball under their own basket. That was kind of a weird sequence. I might need Adam Cox to explain what happened there. Three topside by Sarah Payne. No good. Rebound. Whitesville Trinity's got it. McDowell. Shot might have been blocked on the inside, and Jones has it for the Lady Cougars. Jones angles back towards the near side. An outlet pass to Jennings, who walks with it.
Oh, man.
And she did.
Yeah, again, pretty good court vision right there on the fast break. Just a tough call, but looks like a
almost full platoon substitution for Whitesville Trinity. Ella Morris, Olivia Starks, and Nevaeh Mills into the game for the Lady Raiders. First time we've called Mills' name today. She's appeared in every game, though. Payne up the far side of the floor, 20-17. Lady Raiders on top. Payne almost lost her dribble, was able to get it before it went out of bounds. McDowell pulls up the left elbow, buries it.
Pretty quick shot right there. Good move, and was able to get it to fall.
They meet her up the far side. Bounce pass to Perkins. She'll pull up the transition three. It is short. Rebound saved in by Blanton. Flips it off to Jones. Ball fake. Drives in. Pulls up 15. Near side. Shots missed. Jennings rebound. Jennings put back too strong. McDowell with a rebound. Right decision, though, by Allie to go right back up with it.
It really was, yeah. You'd like to be able to score right there, but good job on the rebound and going right back up.
22-17. Whitesville Trinity on top of Grayson County. 6:17 left in the third quarter of play. Ball deflected out of bounds by Jones, and it's going to stay here.
You almost get the sense that both teams are just waiting for the other one to make a run, but nobody's willing to grab a hold of it and run with it right
And
here.
we talked about it early in that first quarter, is that Grayson County is doing what they shouldn't have done, and they're letting the Lady Raiders play with confidence. I mean, It's not us being mean. Whitesville Trinity's 1-16.
Exactly.
When a team is 1-16, when you fall down early, it's a lot easier to just say, okay, we'll get them next time.
Yep.
But now they're playing with confidence. There's a turnover on the inside on Olivia Starks. You know what they think right now, Steven?
They think they got a shot.
And
they do. They're up 5.
That's all you can ask for.
Yep, that's right.
22-17, 6 minutes left in the third quarter of play. Bree Jones, double teamed in the backcourt, throws it. Blanton along the sideline, loses it, saves it inbounds to McDowell. She was looking like a wide receiver. Just threw the ball inbounds, though, to McDowell. On the left wing, bounce pass to McDowell, left side. Drives in on Jennings. Nice defense by Allie to push her back into that corner. 5-point Whitesville Trinity lead, 5.5 left in the third quarter of play. Left wing Starks. Up top to Mills. On the right side, losing the ball, but able to gain it back. 3 near side. It is short. Rebounded by Sydney Perkins for Grayson County. Perkins loops it off to Van Meter. Up the near side of the floor, an outlet pass to Blanton. Blanton down the near side, drives in, kicks it to Perkins. 3, far side, got it!
Big bucket right there. Good job by Isabel getting into the teeth of the defense and then kicking it. Good play right there.
22-20. Whitesville Trinity's lead is now 2, under 5 to play in the third quarter. Weaving through is McDowell, pulls up at the free throw line. Might have gotten away with a walk and puts in the shot from the free throw line. Not sure if she slid that right foot or not. Jones loops it off to Jones. Inside of the free throw line to Jennings. Back to Blanton. Back up top now to Jones. Swings it off to Van Meter. Perkins is standing in, and she's got a size mismatch on Nevaeh Mills, who is only listed at 4'6" on the roster. Bounce pass inside to Jones amongst the trees. Feeds it to Jennings. Left side good. Great pass by Jones. Great finish by Jennings.
Yeah, that's 2 possessions in a row where we've been able to penetrate, get on the inside of the defense, kick it, and get baskets.
Payne up the near side. Outlet to Morris. The double team comes. Morris steps out of bounds. Grayson County ball.
Like we were talking about before, you see somebody else do something good, that encourages you to do the same thing. So hopefully we'll be able to do that again here on this next possession.
24-22, 4:08 left in the third quarter of play. Grayson County trails by 2, but you're seeing a little bit of sign of life over these last couple of possessions. But this has been the moment where it's been a turnover or something that has kept them from really making a run in this game. Jones drives in on the left side. Might have been bumped. Curls around, gives it to Blanton from the near elbow. Basket good by Isabel Blanton to tie us up.
Again, a good penetration. Oh!
Blocking foul called. Van Meter tried to sell it on the far side. Steven, I was looking at the notes. Was it a block or was it a charge?
It looked like to me she extended her arm. Again, the angle's tough from where we're sitting. And,
that's Isabel's third. Was it on Isabel or on Van Meter? No, it was called on Van Meter, which is her third, or her. I have that as just her second. The scoreboard had that as her third. Now, I could be wrong, though. 3 near side by Morris. Too strong. Loose ball. Rebound on the floor. It's still on the floor. Grayson County's got it. Green flips it off to Blanton.
Kennedy just reached in there and grabbed it. Good job.
Here comes Blanton right up the middle of the floor. Blanton drives in amongst the trees and is fouled on the drive. I think they're going to call this on Madison McDaniel. Let's see if that is who it's going to be called on.
You know, it's one of those things, Sam, right there where Isabel had the lane. They never stopped the ball, which is the first thing that you're supposed to do. You just keep going until somebody either stops you or you get fouled or lay it in. So hopefully she can hit these 2 free throws.
First one, Blanton, is no good. She doesn't get the shooter's roll. This Grayson County team, 3rd in the region, 22nd in the state in free throw percentage. Something they hang their hat on. Isabel's second is good. Grayson County has the lead back now, 25-24. That foul was called too on Madison McDaniel. That was her first. Throw it away! They tried to loop it over to Payne. And again, Kennedy Green, they are not wanting to pass around her. Her length is giving them fits.
Yeah, she's really active, and that just helps that much more.
Perkins to pass in, opposite of the benches. They'll hand it right back to her. Up
Not
top, 3, top side, short. Rebounded by Morris, and then Blanton's going to pick up a foul, and that's just bad luck foul on Isabel.
Yeah, I was looking the other way and missed it.
For Isabel, that'll now be her third.
But, yeah, back to Kennedy. They're being really active on the ball. We say this a lot. Ball pressure does really good things when you're on defense. Looks like Kennedy's getting ready to give it to him again right here.
And they pass away from her this time.
Yep.
And now she can't set up at the top of this defense. Double team comes. Green comes down with it. Up top. Jones also gets an assist on that steal. Perkins into Green. Green drives the baseline. Feeds it off to Jones. 3 near side. Short. Rebound bouncing around. Jones ends up catching it immediately where she shot it. Jones drives the baseline. Tried to feed it to Narvaez at the free throw line. Loose ball. Fighting for it. Jump ball.
Really tough angle right there. She stayed a little bit too flat along the baseline. To be able to kick that back into the lane is really tough right there. Good idea, but just a tough pass to make.
Sarah Payne going to come back in for the Lady Raiders. Grayson County's got the lead, 25-24. 2:51 to play in the third quarter. Lady Cougars right now led by Sydney Perkins. She has 12 points. Moving into Sarah Payne. Up the far side of the floor. Drives it around. Runs up and runs past 3 Lady Cougar defenders. And now we're going to have a jump, or it's a walk. Thought it was going to be a jump ball.
One of the things we haven't talked about yet, Sam, you got 1 senior, 4 juniors, and the rest in middle school for Trinity.
It is a very young team, and a lot of those middle school players are playing.
Yep.
Jones bounce pass to Jennings, who gets around the defender and lays it in. Great play made by Allie Jennings on the inside. She's got 6 in this quarter. Grayson County's got the lead of 3 now. And now a turnover up the near side. Sarah Payne just dribbled it out of bounds. Kennedy Green again in there on defense.
I was watching Kennedy right there. She did exactly. The girl was even with her. Kennedy dropped her head, sprinted back, got in front of her, and they turned it over.
Jones drives down, bounce pass to Narvaez, goes up, the little flip shot, good. And immediately you're seeing the run here for Grayson County, and we have a timeout on the floor taken by Whitesville Trinity. Grayson County is their largest lead, 29-24, 2:23 to play in the third quarter of play. It's Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
2:23 left in the third quarter of play. It is 29-24. Grayson County leads Whitesville Trinity. And Stephen, you made a note. One big play has kind of changed things for Grayson.
Yeah, I wrote it down here in my notes. At the 4:58 mark, Isabel had it on the right wing, took a couple dribbles into the lane, kicked it out to Sydney for an open 3 over on the other side. She knocked it down, and ever since then we've showed a little bit of offensive continuity, but been able to put a few possessions together where we scored. I think for me, looking back, that'll be the pivotal possession of the game.
And I think you're also seeing them take advantage in the post.
Yeah.
They've gone to Allie a couple of times. Ella just had a basket too, which I did not give her credit for on my sheet. It's coming in. Morris is trapped in the backcourt out of the timeout. Whitesville Trinity, this is just where they want a basket, and it's bobbled around. We're going to have a jump ball, and possession is Grayson County.
Back tip by Kennedy on that one. Again, those active hands just doing a phenomenal job.
This is maybe the best defensive game we've seen her play this season.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's just as, if not more important, than your offensive game.
Yeah, you're going to.
Jones is fouled on the far side. That's going to be shots coming, and I think that'll be 4 on Payne.
I think it was Patino that started the stat when he was at UK of deflections, something that you don't see in the box score. But, man, it can be really important, especially in a tight game like this.
You better believe Coach Mike McClintock, who's talking to Kennedy right now on the sideline, is going to remember that.
Absolutely.
First free throw, the shooter's roll is there for Jones. Remember that the boys' game will follow this. And both teams will be on the road tomorrow in Morgantown. Jones, another shooter's roll. She's got 4 points, all of them coming from the stripe. And it's 31-24. Up the near side of the floor, spinning around. Gives it to Morris in the near corner. Green got her hand in on the pass. Deflected up top, and foul called on Grayson.
I was looking right at it. Allie came up to the girl like you're supposed to, but instead of holding her hands out wide, she put her hands right to the midsection of the other girl and was called for the foul.
Was it off the ball then?
No, the girl had the ball, but she came right up. Should have kept her hands out wide. And got Lucy Tarns coming in for the first time tonight.
We have not seen Lucy play a little bit, and immediately is guarding McDowell, who pulls up in the free throw line. Basket no good. Narvaez with a nice rebound. Flips it off to Perkins. Perkins angles back towards the near side of the court. Has it right up the middle. Bounce pass to Jones. Gives it to Green. Pulls up 15 near side. It's off the top of the backboard. Torrance with a rebound. Torrance back up top to Jones. Feeds it off to Perkins. 3. No good off the back of the iron. Rebounded by Morris for the Whitesville Trinity Lady Raiders. An outlet pass over to the far side to Starks. Starks drives down near side. Layup too strong. Rebound. Torrance taps it off and gives it to Green. Green outlet to Jones down the near side of the floor. Jones back fourth. Gets bumped. No whistle. Gets bumped a second time. In the lane. Jones curls around. Basket. No, it's a walk.
Yeah, that kind of had that Euro step look to her. Probably was, Sam.
In the NBA, It's not.
Yeah, you're going to get away with it.
But we're not. We're going to have a timeout taken by Whitesville Trinity with 1:17 left in the third quarter. Lady Raiders now only have one timeout remaining. With 1:17 left in this third quarter of play, it's 31-24. And honestly, if you're Emily Hernandez, that's not necessarily going to be the worst timeout in the world because this is the game for them.
Yeah, this is the killer point for them where we've been able to stretch out and get a 7-point lead, obviously the biggest lead that we've had tonight. And this would be the point to where if Grayson County was going to pull away, being able to stop the flow right now, especially down here, having trouble getting it in. So, yeah, give her credit for a good timeout.
31-24, Grayson County on top, 1:17 left in this third quarter of action from the Horn Community Center here in Whitesville Trinity. This building is only about 6 or 7 years old, and it is one of the nicer gyms in this area. As long as they had a little bit better of a broadcaster's vantage point, it'd be pretty perfect.
Yeah, just looking, the Whitesville side is really filled up. You got,
and they always are.
Yeah, you got several empty places over on the Grayson County side, but definitely that's understandable. Yeah,
Thursday night.
You want to have a big turnout for district game, but Thursday night, kids have school tomorrow. Doesn't appear to be a ton of students here, but
and there's a game tomorrow.
Expect a big crowd tomorrow night in Morgantown.
Up top, Green steals the inbounds pass for Grayson County. Loops it off to Jones on the far side of the floor. Jones drives back into Green. Green tries to dump it off to Torrance. It's out of bounds.
Yeah, the problem with that, a good job getting on the inside, but Sydney was standing over here on the in the corner wide open. You really like your chances if they were able to get it to her right there.
And in a lot of realms, too, that might be on Sydney. Sydney needs to yell ball. I'm open. Torrance deflects the pass out of bounds.
Lucy came in and got her hands on a couple balls, got one rebound and tipped one down at the other end, so good minutes from her so far.
Lucy's not been somebody who's played a lot this year. You might remember 2 years ago, or last year, she started the first game of the season against Breckenridge County. Todd Johnson gave that to her because he really liked what he saw in the scrimmages from Lucy. And now she deflects the ball into the backcourt. Really good couple of minutes here for Lucy Torrance.
Yeah, could have been an offensive foul right there as the girl with the ball extended her arm.
Morris pulls up, shot missed, foul Grayson. Coming around the edge, Bree Jones picks up her second, team's fifth. It's going to be 2 shots regardless for Ella Morris. She's 3 of 8 from the line this year. Morris, good softball player, hit .275. 17 RBIs on the softball team as a 7th grader a year ago, makes the first free throw. Her mom is the softball coach, and I know she plays a little softball with the Joneses. Free throw missed, rebound Green, and I like what Kennedy did there. Got the rebound and immediately found the guard, Bree Jones, in the period of about a second. Bounce pass to Green, nice defense, taken away by Madison McDaniel for Whitesville Trinity. McDaniel down the near side of the floor, in on Jones, goes up, and Jones rips it away. Jump ball, I think stays here. And it does. 37.8 on the clock in the third quarter, 31-25. Grayson County has the lead of 6.
Couple starters out right now, but you're seeing a pretty good flow from this lineup that he's got.
3 near side, in and out by Whitesville Trinity, rebounded by Perkins for the Lady Cougars. Perkins up the near side of the floor, inside to Torrance. She bobbles, she saves, but when she saved, that ball dropped on the out-of-bounds line.
Yeah, she took her eyes off the ball before she had it in her hands right there.
And if you're Grayson here, too, you have to be careful because it's 6. You don't want them to pop a 3 here, and it's a 3-point game, and you're right back into worrying.
That's exactly right, Sam.
Back off into the far corner to Hatfield. Into Sophie Hatfield. Curls around, layup miss, but she's going to go to the line. I think we're going to get Green on the foul here on the inside. It is. For Kennedy, just her first.
You mentioned Hatfield there. Their only senior this year. She's played several minutes. Don't know if she scored yet or not, so they got all their scoring coming back.
First free throw is missed by Sophie Hatfield. It's been a struggle for Sophie from the free throw line this year, 34%. Good softball player, hit .314 and led the team with 4 triples. Gotta love a triple. Both free throws missed. And did not hit the rim, or we had lane violation called on Grayson, called on Green.
That's one of those things that seem like Kennedy is plagued with, is going into the lane, and that's just a lapse in concentration right there.
Here comes the second one, or the third one rather, from Hatfield. And she misses it again. And Green had the rebound, loses it, gains it back, and then
called a double dribble, Sam. I don't know if that's a double dribble or not because she never had,
didn't
look like she had possession of the ball.
I don't like that call. 9.4 on the clock in the third quarter. Grayson County up by 6. Left wing McDaniel. She drives. Might have an illegal screen on the inside. McDaniel throws up an off-balance shot, too strong. Rebound on the inside, put back up by Hatfield. Rebound to Grayson County. And that is the end of the third quarter of play. Grayson County trying to survive on the road in Whitesville. They lead 31-25 as this is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
The doctor said I had a 29% chance to find a blood stem cell donor. But I knew you were out there. And when we matched, it was the best day ever. Dear donor, your blood stem cells saved me from leukemia. Thank you forever and ever and ever.
Experience the true joy of saving a life at BeTheMatch.org.
125, Grayson County on top of Whitesville Trinity. And Steven, a carry called on Jones in the backcourt.
Yeah, I saw that, Sam. That was the right call.
For Grayson, I love the line, survive and advance.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to do here in these last 8 minutes.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Because the double team comes and almost should have been a walk on the Lady Raiders in the backcourt. They do not call it. Shot far side, no good. Rebound, Van Meter for the Lady Cougars. She hasn't played a lot. She does have 3 fouls, though, something to keep in mind. Outlet over the far side to Blanton, who also has 3 fouls. Into Jones, back up top to Van Meter. 3, in and out, it pops. And it'll go out of bounds, and in the process almost took out a small child on the far side of the floor. He was doing some dance moves, Steven, and luckily he's not very tall, and it bounced right over his head.
Sam, Heather, and I laugh all the time every time we hear somebody say child. When you called it last year at Hancock County, there was a kid ran on the floor, and you announced there's a child on the floor.
Was there not?
There was, yeah.
Sarah Payne up the near side of the floor. Curls around on Blanton, now flips it up as a round, and Blanton comes down on top and fouls her. Payne will go to the line for the first time today. 73.2%.
4 on Blanton.
It is 4 on her. And if you're Whitesville Trinity, you got to find a way to make these free throws.
Absolutely.
First one, good. Lady Raiders will not go quietly today. But in the long run, Steven, you just got to win by 1.
Yep. Blanton picking up her 4th, comes out. Peyton Bowman coming back in, number 13 for the Cougars.
Payne misses the second one off the front of the iron, and Van Meter picked up the loose board, and now Jones loses the ball, and it's going to head back towards the Lady Raiders.
Ooh.
They give Grayson the ball?
It looks like he is, and the fans doesn't sound like they like it. They had a pretty good vantage point right there.
I didn't see it deflected, but
I didn't either.
That's just me. But as Dickie V would say, I'm blind in one eye and can't stay out the other.
We'll take it.
Into the corner to Van Meter. She'll pull up 18, bottom of the side. Shots missed. Rebound Jennings amongst the trees. The quadruple team comes, and it's a jump ball. And possession will head towards the Lady Raiders.
Pretty good rebound right there by Allie. I would like to think that they fouled her, but I guess we'll get the jump ball.
Usually you see those on those messes that it's just always going to be a jump ball.
Yeah.
Especially in girls. Payne goes up and she's fouled, and it is on Van Meter, and that's 4 on Sutton. At least that's what the official score has. I just had that as her 3rd, but they do say that is her 4th, and Kennedy Green's going to hop off the bench to come in for her. Payne back to the line.
Sam, we keep talking about it, but
it's a 4-point game.
We're leaving the door open right here.
This is where you need a Sydney Perkins three.
Mm-hmm.
You need the dagger.
Yep.
In and out. Second one pops. Bowman with the rebound for Grayson County. 31-27. Grayson County up by 4. 6:50 left in the fourth quarter of play. Bounce pass up top to Jennings. Gives it to Jones in the near corner. We talked about it, though. One of the best games this Whitesville Trinity team has played. Far side three blocked on Perkins. Bowman's able to get the loose board. Feeds it inside to Green. Spin move. Green. Basket no good, but she'll go to the line. What a move by Kennedy Green, though.
Yeah, that's encouraging to see from Kennedy right there. A lot of times you can kind of see the look on her face that she's not thinking about scoring, but right there got the pass or got the rebound and went right back up. Was it a pass or rebound or loose ball? Or
first free throw no good by Kennedy Green. Foul was called on Morris. They have that as her second. It was a pass on the inside.
Yeah.
From Bowman. Both free throws missed by Green. Long rebound chased in. Loose ball. Jump ball. Going to stay here. Steven, I don't know what the state record is for jump balls.
Well, I know in girls junior pro it's probably more than points, but in high school you'd like to see it a little bit better than that. But
and I'm not saying that they're calling quick jump balls. It's just that's the way the ball has gone today.
Yeah.
Jones is fouled up top. Chris Carey, the official, trots over and says, I think Morris again, her third. Team second. 31-27. Into the backcourt to Jones. Jones right up the middle. Inside to Green. Back off to Bowman. Three near side. In and out. Perkins rebound. Perkins put back. Missed. Green rebound. Put back is missed. Loose ball. Rebound. Jump ball. And it's going to head towards the Lady Raiders. I wish that one would have fell for Kennedy.
Yeah, we're calling her name a lot tonight, and rightfully so. She's being really active. Really would have been good if that one would have went in for her.
We don't give a player of the game. She'd be on my list to be in the player of the game today.
Absolutely.
And a walk or stepping out of bounds on the far side. We've seen a lot of out of bounds in this game, especially right in there.
Yeah, and you got plenty of room over there. Just what is it you say that sideline's undefeated?
Never lost.
Yep.
Into Perkins. Thought about the three. Now pulls up. Partially blocked again. Bowman trying to fight for the ball. And we're going to have a jump ball, and it's going to stay here for the 74th time today, a jump ball.
Yeah.
Feels like that much. I mean, it's probably, it might maybe not be 20, but it's pretty close.
It's high teens.
Off to Bowman. Into the corner to Perkins. She got a screen by Green. Couldn't quite get the trigger pulled. Jones curls around, pulls up from 7 feet, misses the shot. Rebound by Whitesville Trinity, Emily McDaniel. Deflected. Morris in the backcourt. And foul called on Kennedy Green.
Really would have liked to have seen Bree go off the glass right there. Made a good move to penetrate and had a good angle if she would have went off the glass.
31-27, Grayson County up by 4 here against the Lady Raiders. And the Lady Raiders throw it away. And Sarah Payne, as soon as she threw that pass, immediately put both hands to her head as if to say, what did I just do?
I didn't mean to.
Yes. Emily Hernandez can't play on the side. I'm sure she probably could, but legally she cannot come out onto the floor. Jones just runs out of bounds with the ball, and it's not been the greatest game for Bree today. I think it's, and she'd probably be one of the first people to admit that. One thing I've noticed, though, about her is she's good at bounce-back games.
Well, if you have to have a bad game tonight or tomorrow night, you'd rather it be tonight.
Payne steps out of bounds, and it's going to head back to Grayson County. 31-27, 5:26 to play in the fourth quarter.
Again, no disrespect to Trinity, but if you play like this tomorrow night, you're probably going to have a pretty lopsided game.
And, I mean, Butler County, they're going to muck it up, too.
Yep.
Far side Perkins, three. Got it! Sydney Perkins has got 15 points. And, Steven, we're beginning 1,000-point watch for Sydney Perkins.
Okay.
We're getting closer and closer to that mark. We were talking about that earlier. Driving in McDowell off the glass. Basket good. The bank is open for her. And she'll go to the line to try and convert on the and one. I didn't see who was the foul called on the inside. Green.
Yeah, it could
Her
have been
third.
Could have maybe been on her or Peyton.
McDowell 58.7%, but 2 of 2 today. And she's 3 of 3. She buries that and brings it back to a 4-point game. So Sydney Perkins' 3 is pretty much just canceled out.
Wiped off. And again, Sam, 4-point game. Credit to Trinity for clawing and scratching and staying in the game.
Up top to Jennings. Bounce pass to Bowman, who drives down the lane, and a reach-in foul is going to be called, and that's free throws. And the foul's called on McDaniel, her second. Correction, no, that's only the team's third foul. So you're going to still have 2 more fouls. The next foul for against Grayson County will be free throws for Whitesville Trinity. Perkins will trigger. Right in front of our vantage point, throws it into Narvaez in the lane, shot off to the right, rebound, fighting for it. Narvaez saves it in bounds, and
really good hustle right there.
I guess her foot was on the baseline. It
on
was.
The line, yeah. Can't argue with that when the referee was right on top of it.
He was. I didn't see it, but I was also looking not at her feet.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not an official. Hatfield up the near side, double team comes. Whitesville Trinity only has 1 timeout, and Steven, you'll never guess what they called here.
Let me think.
If you're listening on the radio and you can't see, I'll give you one guess. Did you say jump ball? You're right.
That's what it was.
And the arrow is pointed towards the white jerseys of the Lady Raiders. Sophie Hatfield on the right side. Interior pass to McDowell. Nice move over to the left side. Gives it outside to Payne. 18 left side. Pops in and out. Rebound lost by Jennings on the way down. And it's going to stay here. She had it and then fell. And in the process of falling, it went out of bounds. I wasn't sure if Mills might have touched it on the way out, but official was right there on top of it. Into Morris in the near corner. 34-30, Grayson County on top by 4 against this Whitesville Trinity team that entered the record of 1-16. Payne driving, blocked out of bounds by Jennings.
One of those times, Sam, where you really got to just make up your mind. The girl I'm guarding, I'm not going to let her score. You just take it personal in a possession like this.
Payne drives in, shot missed on the interior, and you'll never guess.
Another jump ball.
What's DJ Khaled say? Another one. That one was for our director, Trey Cook, tonight. I think he's a big DJ Khaled fan. Are you a big DJ Khaled fan?
No idea who it is.
3 near side by Perkins. Got it! That, Steven, could be a dagger.
Yeah, that's
Grayson up 7, 3:50 to go.
Big bucket right there.
Got to get a stop now.
Absolutely.
Curling around, Payne on the left side. Interior pass to McDowell. She bobbles, she spins, back to Payne. Far side 3, it's short, barely got part of the rim. Jones with a loose board for Grayson County. Jones weaving through, an outlet to Perkins. Perkins drives in, layup.
Ooh.
No good, but she's fouled. 2 shots coming for Sydney Perkins on the inside. Sydney in today's game has 5 3-pointers. She entered today's game ranked 8th in the state, 2nd in the region in threes per game with 3.1. She's expanded upon that. She's got 18, looking for 2 more. Make it 19. And we are on 1,000-point watch for Sydney Perkins, currently 12 away. Misses the second. 19 for Sydney Perkins. It's an 8-point game. You're starting to feel it if you're Grayson to potentially survive on the road. 3 near side by the Lady Raiders. It's missed. Perkins with another loose board for Grayson County.
I think
Perkins up to Jones.
It's about what you have to call it, just surviving. But like you say, the only thing that matters is the final score, and as long as you're ahead by 1, that's all you're going to remember.
A wise man once said, Stephen, that it's better to win ugly than it is to lose pretty.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And a timeout taken by Mike McClintock. 2:57 to go. Grayson County on top, 38-30. It's Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Hi, my name is Tara Mosley Hyde, and I'm the CEO of People Advocating Recovery. And I am also a person in long-term recovery. And when I first started my recovery journey, it wasn't always easy for me to access resources. So now you can call today at 833-8KY-HELP and get access to treatment and other options and other resources. Call today. There is no judgment and no shame to look for help.
Welcome back here to Whitesville Trinity High School. 2:57 left in the fourth quarter of play. 38-30. Like we got a comment here, Stephen, on Facebook from Ted Dorothy Stevenson. What are the odds on over-under rest of the game jump balls? They're setting it at 10.
Well, if we continue suit the way we have, I wouldn't feel terrible about taking the over.
I know
3 minutes, though.
Your son Eli is not working on our crew today, and what he realizes, he's about to get a text, and I'm going to make him watch this game and count the jump balls.
So we can give a report.
Yes. We would need a 500-word essay by tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm just about guarantee you his phone won't be working.
You mean he's not watching right now?
Well, his phone will be working fine because I'm sure he's on it, but I doubt
watching
he'll get a
this.
quick response. Yeah, right.
Handoff pass to Jones on the inbounds. 38-30, Grayson County has the lead against the Lady Raiders. And this is where you're probably going to see some of this stall ball that you saw. Because, I mean, you don't want to exude too much energy in a jump ball. Well, look, guess what? Jump ball up top. Okay, let's count it. There's
All
one.
Right, that's one at the 2:57 mark.
$38-30. 2:46 to go in the fourth quarter. I mean, we're probably at 22-23 in this game, I would imagine.
At least.
Payne on the far side. Far corner McDaniel, up top Hatfield. In between the circles to Morris, guarded by Van Meter. Man-to-man for Grayson. Inside to McDowell. McDowell at the free throw line, pulls up the jumper, and the floater is good for Kenzie McDowell. The sliver is there for the Lady Raiders.
A little bit of an unorthodox look right there, but you got it to fall. So
38-32, 2:10 to go. Van Meter breaks the timeline. She tried to pick up that foul as she bumped in front of him. And I like officials that don't call that.
Yeah.
Van Meter's got it in between the circles. Back now to Jones. 38-32. They tried to foul her. And now they will foul her. But Bree Jones is going to be going to the line now. That is the team's 5th foul. And Morris picks up her 4th. 2 shots coming for Bree Jones. This is one of these here, too, if you're Grayson. You got to get the ball in your free throw shooter's hands.
You got to be strong with the ball, and when you get fouled, you got to make your free throws. 2
coming for Bree. She's 4-4 today. 5 of 5 now for the 8th grader Bree Jones, who I know her dad handed me a piece of paper today. She's 27th in the state for 8th graders in points per game. Second chance good by Jones. And I believe she leads the region as 8th graders in the. No, she only trails McLean County's
Anna Miller.
Yeah. 18 far side, too strong by McDaniel. Narvaez with a rebound. Spins around and gives it off to Jones. It's 40-32. Jones is being chased, and they're going to call a foul on Payne, and that is 5 on Sarah Payne. She'll foul out of the game with 6 points. Back to the line goes Bree Jones. And again, like we mentioned, Steve, if you're Grayson, you make your free throws, you pretty much can't lose.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Jones makes the first one. I mean, you look at it, Kentucky was the perfect example last night. You make both your free throws, you can't lose that game.
Yep. It's the little things, Sam, that you have to do well.
And Jones makes it a 10-point Grayson County lead, 42-32, 90 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Hatfield at the top of the key. Into the corner. Little ball fake by Morris. Inside pass deflected out of bounds by Jones. We talked about it. This has not been Bree's best game, but I think over these last 4 or 5 minutes, she's redeemed herself.
She's been able to stay active on the defensive end without fouling, which is important.
Morris 3 near side. Off the back of the iron. Van Meter with a loose ball for Grayson County. Here comes the swarming defense for the Lady Raiders. Give it off to Jones up the near side of the floor, and I thought she was fouled. She's not, and finally she'll be fouled from behind by McDowell. Her third, 2 more coming for Bree. She immediately goes and stands at the top of the key, and she'll have 2 more coming. She's got 8 points today, all 8 from the stripe. And how about 9, Steve?
Make it 9.
Mike McClintock, the head coach for Grayson County. If he had hair, it'd probably be a little bit more gray today. Jones gets the shooter's roll there. But he's probably going to be thrilled. You won.
Yeah.
Inside to McDowell. Into the corner to Morris. Back up top to Hatfield. And I think if you're Emily Hernandez, you got to be really proud of the team's fight today.
Yeah.
3 right side by Hatfield. It's missed. Perkins with the rebound for Grayson County. Are they going to foul her or not? Perkins up the near side. It's poked out of bounds.
Yeah, you were talking about being happy. Any win is good, no matter how ugly it is, and especially a district game is that much more important.
Perkins into the backcourt to Van Meter. And are we going to? Nope, we are going to have another foul.
We're on a jump ball drought.
We are. We've gone a minute 45. Just have to say, Ted Dorothy Stevenson, why didn't you make that comment about 3 quarters ago? Maybe we'd be in the first quarter of the boys' game by now.
Shake the bug off a little bit there.
Sutton to the line to shoot 2. First one good for Sutton Van Meter. That's her first points of the game. Sutton's a 79% shooter. Cougar boys over to our right, starting to get loose. They're trying to bounce back from a tough one on Tuesday against Meade County. And Van Meter can't get the second one to fall. Rebounded by the Lady Raiders. 45-32, Grayson County on top, 45 seconds to go in the game. 3 near side. Might have been partially blocked by Grayson. Rebounded by Narvaez. Loops it off to Blanton up the far side of the floor. We're going to have another foul coming. They're trying to, and it is a, Steven, what was it?
Jump ball.
37.4 seconds to go in this game.
What, did we get another comment?
They said should have. We should have made that comment a while ago.
Yeah.
45-32. Into Narvaez, handoff pass back to Perkins. She's being chased, running away from it, and body checked up top, and no foul.
Yeah, said that
she was body checked,
but she tipped it. That might be one of those times there where the official, instead of calling the foul, just called the ball out of bounds, and I'm okay with that.
It's a 13-point game, 30 seconds to go. This game is over.
Yeah.
And I'm a little surprised Emily Hernandez hasn't
called the dogs off.
Exactly, another foul called in the backcourt on McDaniel. And maybe this is just her wanting to get some more offensive possessions too. Or maybe Mike McClintock said, hey, can we have some free throw practice? I mean, this is going to be one of these games that you look at and, you know, for those around the region, you're going to see this final score. Grayson County wins by 15, and you're probably going to say, or whatever it is, you're probably saying, okay. Didn't tell the story.
That, right.
Didn't tell the story at all.
Absolutely not.
Van Meter goes 1 of 2 from the line again. One of the Lady Cougars' best free throw shooters. It's a 14-point game, 20 seconds to go. Up top, loose ball. Perkins has it. Now she is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. At this rate, our director, Trey Cook, might have to get out there and shoot some free throws.
Yeah, a little bit slow, Sydney coming up there. It looked like maybe she may have got her on the hip or something like that. Couldn't exactly tell, but she's stretching out but headed to the line, and sub coming in, probably this will be her last action for the night.
Especially with a game tomorrow and a big one against Butler County. Sydney's got 19. She's looking for 20, and she's got it. How about the last 2 games for Sydney Perkins? 32 and 20. Addison Spain-Howard comes in for the Lady Cougars. Bree Jones going to come out. Second one, no good by Perkins, so she'll finish with 20 points in this game, barring a last-second foul. 10 seconds and counting. Weaving through up top, losing. McDowell drives in. Over the far side with 6 seconds into Hatfield, and Hatfield is fouled by Narvaez. That's probably one of those 2 that Mike McClintock will say next time, just give them a layup.
Yeah, just let them have it.
Because the last thing you need is an injury or something to happen in what we can clearly call slop time.
Yep.
Hatfield back to line, 0 of 2 today. Too strong. Subs in, Peyton Bowman, Lucy Torrance back into the game for the Lady Cougars. For the Lady Raiders. Now Sydney Perkins coming and talking to trainer Scott Ballman right in front of us. And Hatfield gets that second free throw to roll in. And that is going to do it. The Grayson County Lady Cougars survive on the road in Whitesville and win the game by a final score of 47-33. We'll take a break and come back with more after this. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Here's a simple truth about higher education.
If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
105.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Whitesville Trinity, where the Grayson County Lady Cougars pick up a win today, 47-33. And Stephen, survive and advance.
Yeah, you really have to give them credit there for continuing to battle. Not the greatest shooting night by any means that we had, especially in the first half. But again, Sam, like what we were talking about, all we're going to remember is 47-33, which is obviously in sport the most important thing being the final score. So congrats to the Lady Cougars tonight and Coach Mack for pulling out a big district win. Any win that you can get in the district is good. Glad that we were able to pull this one out.
Is he going to do it? No. Oh, yes, you are going to do it. Absolutely, he is going to do it. Coach Kincaid's coming over. Stephen, tell him he needs to do it.
Absolutely, he does. We're trying to get
Trey Cook to shoot some. You know what, Stephen? Am I not his boss?
You are his boss. He should have to listen to you.
And
right
I think his father did tell me that I can force him to do whatever I want.
Well,
I think here's the thing, Stephen. You know Dennis just as well as I do, and you know what? We'll leave it up to the comment section. Trey, if a commenter says that, okay, so what they're saying here is our director for today, Trey Cook, is going to get the opportunity to shoot for, I think, $500, right, Stephen?
Yeah.
Shoot it and make a half-court shot. Comment section. If you think Trey should do it, say, do it, Trey. Let's blow it up and peer pressure him into because he doesn't want to do it. So, again, if the comments say it, Trey, then you got to do it, right, Stephen?
I guarantee you I would. If they let me, leather boots and all, I'd get out there for $500.
Listen, I'd do it for 20.
Was it Raider or Raiden Wharf that
Raiden Wharf, yes.
Yeah, that won the $500.
And maybe Trey's just feeling the pressure.
On a buzzer beater.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. I'm waiting for the comments. They're going to start rolling in here any second. Again, say, do it, Trey, that he should have to do this half-court shot. And I will pressure you into doing it. And if anything, Coach Kincaid is walking over here right now, Trey, and I'll just say, you're going to do it. And luckily I get the power to do that. Again, your final score today, Grayson County defeats Whitesville Trinity 47-33. We'll take a break. Oh, look at this. The comments are coming through, Trey. We'll take a break and come back and have more after this. Grayson County wins 47-33. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Do you need help paying for college? Your first step is completing a FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. The 24-25 FAFSA will be available in late December 2023 and is more user-friendly. More students will be eligible for aid than ever before. Kia counselors and others are ready to help you. You're not in this alone. For more information, use the QR code or text money to 800-928-8926. Or you can visit gearupky.org/money.
We had an MRI, and then all of a sudden this doctor comes in and he says to us, we have the potential here for a catastrophic event.
And he looked scared.
He looked terrified. And he's like, we got to operate now. It just all changed. Life changed.
Bryce is one of the 47 children per day who are diagnosed with cancer. Today's treatments aren't enough. To watch the rest of Bryce's story, visit childrenscancer.org/story.
Look around your home, and there's probably something that was made right here in Litchfield. Leggett & Platt is a worldwide corporation making a wide range of products, including sofa sleeper and reclining hardware assemblies here at home. A portion of your Ashley, Lazy Boy, or England furniture might have been made by one of your neighbors. Join the Leggett & Platt team today. We're a one-shift operation with competitive wages. Our motto is, we work hard so you can rest easy. Leggett & Platt is an equal opportunity, affirmative action, veteran and disability employer.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day. A movement toward life-saving resources. Movement toward advancing research and care. Movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
The people have spoken. I mean, I'm counting it up here, Stephen. I'm not great at counting, but, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's getting text messages. Our director, Trey Cook, is still – oh, he says his ankle hurts.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe we can continue our peer pressure with it. Maybe we'll just call his father or something and push it that way. What would Yukon Cornelius say, as we call it? Grayson County wins this game by a final score of 47-33. It is homecoming today at Whitesville Trinity High School, so they're currently doing this.
This is the third homecoming you've got to be a part of, and none at Grayson County.
Well, we get that next week, Stephen. Don't remind me.
Okay.
There's nothing I enjoy more than homecoming.
I take that back. There was one that was a girls' game at Apollo, and the boys
we were
had
not
a game at home that night, so you weren't there. But then you got to enjoy
homecoming on Tuesday.
Homecoming at Meade County, and then Whitesville's homecoming tonight.
And it wouldn't shock me if it's homecoming tomorrow in Morgantown.
Probably, yep.
And I'll get homecoming just because, we only need 47 homecomings across everything. See, I never had homecoming. Homecoming was only a football thing.
Yeah.
It was never – when I came down here and was doing games in the Bowling Green area, they started homecoming at halftime, and I talked to the guy, I was the play-by-play guy at that time, and I said, homecoming? And he looked at me like, yes?
Of course. Right.
And it was just because it's weird, because up in Northern Kentucky, us Yankees don't necessarily, I guess we don't believe in that, or what? Or
just homecoming for football.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. Grayson County Lady Cougars picked up the win today against Whitesville Trinity by the final score of 47-33. Looking at the scoring from this game, Sydney Perkins, she led the way. She had 20 points, 10 points for Bree Jones, and the most important part about that, Stephen, 10 of 10 for the free throw line.
Yeah.
And that's huge.
And we kept talking and kept calling her name several times throughout the game. Possibly the player that had the best game, only scored 2 points, I think. Kennedy Green was very active and did an awesome job on defense.
We'll take a break, talk to Coach Mack, get his thoughts on this game after this. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.
Do you need help paying for college? Your first step is completing a FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. The 24-25 FAFSA will be available in late December 2023 and is more user-friendly. More students will be eligible for aid than ever before. Kia counselors and others are ready to help you. You're not in this alone. For more information, use the QR code or text money to 800-928-8926. Or you can visit gearupky.org/money.
For the more than 1 million people living with Parkinson's disease, the Parkinson's Foundation celebrates movement at Moving Day. A movement toward life-saving resources. Movement toward advancing research and care. Movement toward a better life. We care. We fight. We move to beat Parkinson's. Move with us at movingdaywalk.org.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
No matter what you're up against, we have your back.
We are United Way.
We are neighbors helping neighbors.
In communities around the world, when disaster strikes,
we get you back on your feet.
We help children build brighter futures.
We've been here for over 135 years.
But now, our work is more important than ever.
Join us.
Join us.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
This is Cougar Basketball on K105.
Welcome back here to Whitesville Trinity High School, where the Grayson County Lady Cougars survive and pick up a win 47-33 today against the Lady Raiders of Whitesville Trinity. And Coach Mack joins us. And Coach, I know the wise man once said that it is better to win ugly than it is to lose pretty, and tonight would probably be the epitome of just that.
And you said it just a minute ago, we survived. You know, we talked there in the locker room after the game. You know, I asked them, I said, seriously, were we ready to play? And, you know, I saw some heads, no. I said, were we looking past them? Saw some heads go up and down. I mean, they're honest with, you know, themselves and stuff. I mean, but we can't play like this tomorrow night and think we got a chance. But, you know, we played our best man-to-man full court tonight in the third quarter, which I thought gave us a chance to expand, you know. And then another positive I'll take from it was that we penetrated, dished, got some nice baskets inside from people, you know. And, I mean, like you said, it was ugly. We had more turnovers at the half than we did points. And but we survived, so that's the main thing. I'm happy for the girls that they got another W. That's big.
I think one of our players of the game that Steve and I were talking about was Kennedy. I think she, at the top of your zone, played really, really well. She was long. She was athletic. She made one little move here, too, on the spin. I think she got fouled on it.
Yep.
She played really well today.
She's coming along. I mean, Sam, that's what we're pleased about. You know, I thought Sydney hit the boards hard to knock. We had some girls in foul trouble, which didn't help, key ball handlers and things like that. But I'm going to say this. I know I say it a lot of times, but everybody that got in the game did a job that helped us survive and win this game.
I think another player that came in, and you mentioned that, is somebody that hasn't played a lot, but came in and it gave you about a minute and a half at the end of that third quarter, was Lucy.
Yeah.
And she gave you a couple of really good minutes for somebody that doesn't play a lot.
Right. And we take notes on. We notice that. So, with Hannah being out, that Lucy is our next go-to. So, she's going to get down the road here because we got some scheduling coming up here where we play a lot of games where she's going to have to come in and give people a rest. And when she does what she did tonight, it's going to really help.
I think one of the things that stands out, and Steven and I were talking about this, is we didn't necessarily think it was Bree's best game.
Right. She had a lot. She made a lot of turnovers.
And she did. But to me, what stands out the most is the turnovers, yes. 10 of 10 from the free throw line.
Yeah.
As an 8th grader.
Right.
Including 6 of 6 in that fourth quarter when
we need them.
And that 8th grader.
Yeah.
You can't ask for much more, can you?
No.
And she just continues to keep making those steps because I think as an 8th grader, you can really see sometimes those turnovers when you're sitting there all alone.
Yeah.
They can really come into the mind. It's really impressive for her, isn't it?
But she don't stop and just quit. She'll go right on to the next play and try to make a positive play, which is all a coach can ask for. And then Sydney stepped up here, hit some big. I don't know how many threes she's got, but
I think 6 threes today. 5 threes, 6 threes.
I'm not sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That is 6.
Yeah, 6.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, she
and had it and 1. That's where I'm thinking.
She
6.
had double-figure rebounds, and that's huge, for her. So I'm happy with that. If we can get Sutton and Izzy tomorrow night, not be getting in foul trouble. I think we'll be okay with the way the other girls are playing now. So, we put girls in that don't get to play much, and I thought they responded really well.
You mentioned tomorrow Butler County, a team that you've beaten once. I mean, it's as simple. You win that game, you are in the driver's seat.
Right.
For the number 1 seed in the district. Morgantown, you know it as well as we do. It's a tough place to play.
Yes.
They're going to be fired up because you beat them earlier.
Right. And they know that it's a big game for the district.
It is. Winner of that game is in the driver's seat of this district tournament. How do you, for one, kind of a two-part question. For one, do you like playing 24 hours after a bad game, or would you rather them stew? And then the second part is how do you bounce back tomorrow?
We bounce back by playing our type of basketball. It's like we told them in the locker room after the game. That was not our kind of basketball all night long. We got in a hurry, tried to force stuff. And I even told Coach Jones I thought on the defensive end we were getting out of position on our press because we were in too big of a hurry. So we're going to have to slow her down on both sides of the ball and just hope for the best tomorrow.
Coach, we'll talk to you before tomorrow's game. Congrats on the win, and go home and get some sleep.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
That's head coach Mike McClintock. If you're watching on K105 Digital Productions, we are going to wrap up this stream, and a new one will begin. As your final score, Grayson County girls pick up the win 47-34. This is Lady Cougar basketball on K105.